Hi there, my name is Tim and welcome to my channel. In this video I talk about ISA accounts. The main difference between an ISA and a normal account is that money that you have saved in an ISA account grows tax-free. Anything put inside them has protection from tax. There are 4 different types of ISA that you can open, and you have a £20,000 allowance to pay across all 4 of those accounts. I should also mention today that there are junior ISAs also available. You can pay £9,000 into each child's account per tax year. But I'm not going to talk about these, I'm going to focus on the 4 types of adult ISA. Starting with cash ISAs. Cash ISA is a savings account, very similar to the accounts that you find in high street banks. Currently you can open one at the age of 16, but this changes in April 2024 and the youngest you can open one at that point will be 18. In these accounts, your money grows by you earning interest. And your money grows with interest tax-free, and if you withdraw the money it's also tax-free. With cash ISAs you are taking the safe route by putting your money away into a savings account and just earning interest. The interest is more or less guaranteed and there's very little uncertainty. And with cash savings you would generally get less return than more riskier assets like stocks and shares. This is especially so over longer periods of time. Cash ISAs come with variable rates or with fixed interest. Always shop around for the best rate that you can get, as providers often raise their rates to compete with others to get your custom. Once you've chosen a provider to go with, check their terms and conditions to see what you're signing up to. For instance, a fixed rate over a 1-year period may mean that you haven't got access to your money for 1 year. If you do access your money before that year finishes, you might have a penalty imposed on you, such as a loss of interest. Don't think that because your provider gave you the best rate of interest last year, you're going to get the same thing this year by staying with them. If it is time for you to change without incurring any penalty, then shop around once more. Don't be your bank's best friend by just keeping your money with them year in, year out. You will find that the rate you were initially given would have deteriorated over time and would be a lot less competitive than other rates being offered by other providers out there. You might even find that your provider is offering a brand new ISA account with a much better rate of interest that they haven't told you about. They won't automatically transfer you into this higher rate of interest account. You have to be proactive. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor and this video is a financial education one and should not be construed as financial advice. Please seek advice from a financial advisor if you're unsure of anything. The next type of ISA we're now going to discuss is a stocks and shares ISA. You can open a stocks and share ISA once you are 18 and they allow you to invest in stocks, shares, bonds and other similar investments. The investments grow through capital gains from share prices rising, dividends being paid to shareholders and the interest that you might receive from regular payment on bond coupons. Just like cash ISAs, your gains and anything you withdraw will be withdrawn tax-free. Investing in stocks and shares is generally a higher risk strategy that generally will provide you with better returns over longer periods of time. You should be looking to invest in stocks and shares for a minimum of 3 to 5 years. There are a wide range of investment choices out there and you can purchase investments on investment platforms such as Vanguard, Trading 212 or Invest Engine. These are in effect online stockbrokers. When looking to choose an investment platform to buy your investments on, it'd be worth checking out the fees that they charge for holding your account with them. The 3 that I just mentioned have some of the lower costs, but it's worth shopping around and doing your research to see what's suitable for you. Some sites have larger choices than others. As a beginner investor, I would not allow this to influence your choice of investment platform, as you will probably be looking to keep things simple. As well as charges imposed by the investment platform, the investments that you choose, if they are funds or ETFs, will also impose charges. These charges are called ongoing charge figures. As a beginner investor, you should look to keep your investment choice as low cost, as simple and as diverse as possible. Keeping your investments diverse will help to reduce the risk on your portfolio. A good starting point might be to choose a global passive accumulated index fund from a reputable provider such as Vanguard, where you do not need to do anything other than invest your money, sit back and relax, or try to relax in any case. I'm not saying that you should choose specific funds or ETFs with Vanguard, by the way. I just use Vanguard as an example. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor and seek that financial advice if you are unsure of anything. Shop around, do your research and try to keep your investment choices as low as possible within your investment objectives. I mentioned that investing in stocks and shares is probably a longer term project where you need at least 3 to 5 years. If your objectives are less than that, then maybe cash savings is a better option for you. If your goal is to save for a house, then you might want to consider a different type of ISA called a lifetime ISA that has additional benefits. There are certain restrictions and rules applicable to this type of account. The first is the age in which you can open an account, where you need to be between the age of 18 and 39. The second is the maximum that you can pay into a lifetime ISA, that's £4,000 a year. You can pay into this account up until the age of 50. You can only withdraw money for 3 reasons: for a first home purchase, once you're 60 or over, or if you suffer a terminal illness. The house purchase must be for your first home of under £450,000, and you also have to pay into a lifetime ISA for 12 months before you can make that purchase. There are quite significant financial penalties for withdrawing your money for any other reason than those I mentioned. On the plus side, the really good thing about this account is that for every £1,000 you pay into it, the government will top it up with a £250 bonus, 25%. So if you pay in your £4,000 allowance every year, the government will give you £1,000 every year up until the age of 50, which is the latest stage you can pay into one of these accounts. That 25% bonus that the government pays you is in addition to any interest that you might earn on savings or capital gains that you might earn on stocks and shares, as you can get both a stocks and shares or cash lifetime ISA. Given the generous bonus that the government could pay you over a long period of time, you might want to look at this account as a vehicle for retirement also. Just be sure before you open one of these accounts that it suits your circumstances and that you won't want to get access to your money earlier for another reason than the 3 reasons I mentioned. Perhaps you could consider this investment as part of your long-term investment goals, in addition to pensions and other ISAs that you might open over periods of time. And with this account, you've got the added bonus that you'll be able to withdraw money early if you want to purchase a new house, for instance. A normal pension wouldn't allow you to do that. You'd have to wait till retirement age. An innovative ISA is an ISA which involves peer-to-peer lending, where investors are matched with people who want to borrow money. I'm not going to cover innovative ISAs anymore here in this video. Safe to say that the 4th type of ISA that you can open. We're now going to move on to what you need to open an ISA. Some providers allow you to open an account for as little as £1. You can open accounts through banks, building societies, challenger banks, which are those banks that are online, or through investment platforms. You need photographic ID, proof of address, and your national insurance number to open an account. Always check what you are signing up to when you open an ISA, check the project details, check the terms and conditions, and do your research. In the current tax year, 2023 to 2024, you can open one of each of those 4 ISAs that I mentioned. From April 2024, this is changing and you can open multiple accounts at the same time. This will give you more flexibility. If, for instance, you open a cash ISA account with a certain interest rate and another cash ISA account comes along with a better interest rate, you will be able to open that account. You can currently spread your £20,000 allowance across the 4 ISA accounts that you open in this tax year, 2023 and 2024. £4,000 maximum into a lifetime ISA, remember. However, from 2024, the allowance, which is staying the same, can be spread across any account that you open, again with a limit of £4,000 on lifetime ISAs. In the current financial year, 2023 to 2024, if you open 4 ISA accounts, pay into those 4 accounts, those accounts become your live account and you can't pay into any others. In the March 2024 budget, a British ISA was announced. This is currently in the consultation stage, so not ready to go in April 2024. The plan is that you'll have an additional £5,000 allowance on top of that £20,000 that you're given, and this allowance is to be used to invest in British companies, British investments. Again, this is consultation stage at the moment, so watch this space. In this tax year, 2023 to 2024, you can currently only transfer part of your ISA if it's an old ISA. If it's from your current live ISA for the financial year, you have to transfer the amount in full. This is changing in 2024, and partial transfers will be allowed from your current live ISA that you were paying into. Before you do any transfers of any ISAs, always check the terms and conditions of your provider to ensure that you're not going to breach any penalties for issues such as being locked into a fixed rate period, or because of the additional rules in relation to lifetime ISAs where you can only transfer from one lifetime ISA to another. If you do decide to transfer funds, let your new provider do it for you. You can do this by filling out a form and they'll do the rest. And then transfers can take up to 15 days. If it's a stocks and shares ISA, up to 30 days. If you do decide to transfer the money yourself and remove that money from your account to pay into another one, you're removing it from your tax shelter. And this may then count towards your annual allowance if you try to pay it into that new account. Similarly to transferring funds between one account and another, if you decide to remove funds from your own account to pay back into the same account during the year, that may count towards your allowance. However, there are flexible ISAs out there that allow you to do this as long as you pay those funds back in the same financial year. If you don't use your £20,000 ISA allowance, you lose it. You can't carry it over into the next financial year. Not all of the government's ISA rules are mandatory, and it's worth checking your new provider's terms and conditions in any case when you choose a new account. Your ISA is for you. You cannot transfer your funds to anyone else's ISA. You also have that £9,000 allowance to pay into each child's ISA account, which they can get access to when they're 18. Well, I do hope that this video was helpful to you today and that you enjoyed the content. I'd be grateful to receive any comments that you make on this or any other video that you'd like me to make in the future. Please consider hitting the thumbs up if you liked what you saw today. This helps my channel grow. Please also consider subscribing to my channel so that you know when I've posted new content. Once again, thanks very much for watching.